Well, good morning, friends. Happy 10K day. You're walking to the start. Different start today, of course. Out on the roadway now, on Disney Way. Gotta go through security and then hopefully meet up with some friends and get this underway. Less of early. Well, I mean, it's still early, but less so than Walt Disney World, so that is nice. But excited for the 10K. So, dopey construction workers will check in with you soon with maybe some other construction workers.
Thank you. Shout out to Roosevelt's.
All right, the time has begun. Are you ready?
Here we go. And 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, go!
Well, welcome back, friends. We are now post 10K. It's done. It's over with. My hair's a disaster. That's because I was wearing a helmet, as you probably saw. Anyways, 10K done. Medal. It's kind of a hefty medal, to be honest. This Mickey is on like a spring, kind of moves, and as you walk, he makes a lot of noise, a lot of clanging. Anyways, let's talk 10K. They A through today was is it? I don't think today was A through I, but tomorrow is. I want to say like A through G maybe. Very much park focused. The first mile though is all kind of just outside the park on the road. But then once you get inside, you turn inside backstage at mile 1. And then the rest of that is pretty much park time until you come out at just like 5, just past 5. So yeah, that was that. Character-wise, there's pretty good character mix out there. I stopped for Lightning and Cruise in Cars Land, then went to Buzz and Woody in Pixar Pier, then Luca. There was Friends of Luca. I don't know their names, to be honest with you. I saw that movie once a while ago. So Friends of Luca, and then I'm trying to think. Was there anything? There was nothing else, and they had a photo pass at the, like Paradise Gardens World of Color viewing area. There was a photo pass there to like the wheel in the background, and he went around by Soarin' area into Avengers Campus up above. When I went through it constantly changed out, but when I went by, it was Agatha and Loki. Then down through Hollywoodland, there was no characters, and then he went into Disneyland through the Esplanade into the front gates, down Main Street, made a left into Adventureland. Trying to think, there was nobody out over there that I remember. Lots of cast members though. Went into Galaxy's Edge. Ray was up on the balcony. Came back around into Frontierland. Country Bears are out at the Golden Horseshoe, so that was a must stop for me. Went around by the then he went by the castle in front of him. We didn't go through it in this race, and there was a castle photo line that was so long, and I think they only had 1 or 2 photographers, whereas at Disney World, I get there's more space there, but at Disney World you have like 6 or 7, I don't even know. There's a ton of photographers and all lined up to kind of help speed that up. This had 1 or 2 and took forever, so I did not do that one. Kept on moving. Went through Tomorrowland. Chip and Dale were out kind of by what is it? Old Innovations, on a balcony. It's not really a balcony, but like up on a ramp kind of thing. And so that was a selfie only stop. Then went back into Fantasyland. Merlin was out by the carousel. That was also a selfie only stop. Went through through the rest of tomorrow or Fantasyland, back into Galaxy's Edge. Kylo Ren was out on the stage over there, and with some stormtroopers. That was kind of like a selfie only stop too. Backstage, and then into to Toontown, and in Toontown, Minnie and Pluto were meeting. That had photo pass, so stopped for them, and that was it. I think there was nothing else because that was the end of the park. Or I take that back. It wasn't the end of the park, but you went past It's a Small World then, and then out of the park, and that was it. So then you went kind of backstage, did probably a good 3/4 of a mile backstage before coming out onto Disney Way and heading to the finish. So Yeah, and then Sorcerer Mickey was out on a stage near the finish. There's usually always a character out near the finish, but that was that. Nothing too crazy. I know at the start they held C back for a little bit. I believe there was a medical issue that they had to take care of, but I didn't hear of any crazy complaints or anything as of yet. I mean, it's still early. There's always going to be complaints, but nothing crazy today. 10K here is really a good course, I think. So tomorrow is where it kind of is going to suck, because it's basically the first 5 miles is exactly like today, and then the last 8 are not. It's like you're running at home. So anyways, that is going to do it for now. Off to the parks, off to have some fun. But yeah, we'll check in with you later.